What's up, everybody? I'm Alan Seslowsky. Thanks for tuning back into Roster Watch. We are in the heart of fantasy football research season. Many of you will start having your drafts as early as today and probably moving up all the way until kickoff in about a few weeks from now. Today on this video, we're going to discuss a few players and a market update of what's going on with their average draft position and fantasy outlooks for the 2020 season. Leonard Fournette has quickly become the most polarizing running back in fantasy drafts this season. Some fantasy players are participating in the running back inflation going on and drafting Fournette as high as the 24th overall pick. Other fantasy players are claiming they wouldn't even consider Fournette until the late 4th round. The case for Fournette is that he's the presumable Jaguars starter, and he was targeted 100 times in 2019. Even in a season where Fournette only managed 3 total touchdowns, he still finished as a top 10 PPR back. The counter-argument is that Jacksonville put a for-sale sign on Fournette before the NFL draft, and the Jags hinted they would take anything they can get for him. Add to that the Jaguars did not pick up Leonard Fournette's 5th-year option, along with new offensive coordinator Jay Gruden bringing in Chris Thompson, the longtime PPR back specialist that he coached in Washington. Lastly, Laviska Shenault, the rookie who they took in the 2nd round, profiles as a wide receiver who could be useful in short passing game and was used on the goal line as a runner in college. But if the Jaguars decide to use him in a run him till the wheels fall off situation, it could be an interesting volume play. The next market update I want to talk to you about are the rookie wide receivers from a redraft perspective. Let's start with Henry Ruggs, who was the first wide receiver taken in the real NFL draft by the Las Vegas Raiders. Simply by looking on social media, you can see that Henry Ruggs has been moved all around the formation, and the video clips that have been sent out show that he's making acrobatic, confident catches all over the field. It is clear that the Raiders have an immediate plan for Ruggs, and he is the rookie wide receiver that is most likely to hit in year 1. Next, let's look at Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy on RosterWatch Podcast 274 was discussed by special guest Graham Barfield. He said that the number one trait you look for in a wide receiver prospect is the ability to separate. Jerry Jeudy is elite in this area. The talent is deep in Denver, so Judy's path to being a reliable fantasy starter right away may not be clear for 2020. The third rookie we're going to talk about is Justin Jefferson. He walks into a clear opportunity for targets with the offseason trade of Stephon Diggs on the Minnesota Vikings. Jefferson's challenge is going to be that he has to win on the perimeter. Jefferson was not used in that way last year at LSU, and this could present a bumpy start if they don't immediately put him into the slot. When Jefferson's in the slot, we expect him to have more productive snaps. And let's also quickly hit on Jalen Rhaegar. He too is walking into clear opportunity in Philly, and he also has the draft capital being picked in the 1st round to ensure that he's going to have playing time. Rhaegar's impressive athleticism is obvious, even when he isn't making catches. Quarterback Carson Wentz told him that he can do things on the field athletically that he hasn't seen from other receivers. That's promising for Jalen Rhaegar. Just want to remind everybody that the 2020 Roster Watch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet is now available at RosterWatch.com. The revolutionary cheat sheet that changed fantasy football forever is back, only at RosterWatch.com. The Roster Watch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet. All you need to do is follow 3 simple rules. That's it. 3 rules. It couldn't be any easier. And an expert quality fantasy football draft is guaranteed. The Roster Watch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet is available now at RosterWatch.com. The last market update I want to speak to you about are late round quarterbacks for Superflex leagues and even for 1 QB leagues. It's a well-documented strategy in start 1 leagues where you want to wait for quarterback, and the merit of doing so is because at every stop of the draft, you're going to find a quarterback that's viable or even one that you like. In Superflex, the quarterbacks will obviously get pushed up the board. For just a brief reminder, Superflex is a format where you have an option of starting a second quarterback in that Superflex position. Again, referencing Roster Watch Podcast 274, special guest Graham Barfield talked about a few of his late-round quarterbacks. He pointed to Teddy Bridgewater. Barfield made a strong point on the podcast, saying that everyone likes all the weapons in Carolina, so wouldn't it make sense that they like Teddy Bridgewater too? It's amazing that Teddy Bridgewater is basically free in your 1 quarterback leagues, and in your Superflex leagues, he can be had with a very reasonable pick. Barfield said that he likes Joe Burrow's upside as well. Burrow has a high floor and a high ceiling, being that Burrow looks pro-ready, is older for a rookie, and Cincinnati projects to pass a lot. Lastly, Barfield pointed to Jimmy Garopollo, citing that San Francisco is likely going to need to throw more, and they're going to have a fast start schedule according to the Roster Watch strength of schedule tool. Okay, everybody, that's it for today, Roster Watch Nation. Remember to like and subscribe to get notifications when we go live, and leave us a comment in the video. We will comment back. Until next time, goodbye.